What's good with you guys? Happy New Year to everyone out there. You know what I'm saying? May everyone be exponential and grow and, you know what I'm saying, blossom into what your expectation is to be on your New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. Salute to you. Glad you made it to another year around the sun and stuff like that. And, you know what I'm saying? More blessings and power to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we here, man. We had another year, or whatnot. Said I was gonna stream, you know what I'm saying, on today, and I keep that promise. I really didn't feel like it, you know what I'm saying. Just kind of wanted to lounge around here in this 1 24 hour swing from 82-degree weather till about 30-degree weather here in the state of Texas, and pretty much across the deep south here and whatnot, man. But you know what I'm saying, God is good, man. We made it here and stuff like that, bro. Today what we're gonna be talking about is pretty, you know what I'm saying, low key. We're not gonna do any production or mixing tonight, but we're gonna do something that's pretty worthwhile. And I think everyone should do at their leisure when it comes to their DAW setup and workflow. And that's changing up your template and stuff like that. I believe that changing up your template will definitely help you out in the long run, for as, you know, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, once you start up a session, you get to working as soon as possible. And also don't, you know what I'm saying, hold up the mixing time by creating, you know what I'm saying, a channel, or, you know, creating your effects chain or whatever the case may be, and for your workflow or whatnot. So we're going to set up mine, change some things around. It's not too much where I'm building this from scratch. It's already there. We just need to take some plugins out and, you know what I'm saying, reinsert some things and talk about practical situations and workflows or whatnot, man, and stuff like that. Before we get up in here, man, I just appreciate everyone that's checking out this video, man. Salute to you. And, you know what I'm saying, appreciate it. I'm not going to beg for subscribers or likes on this video and pretty much going forward and stuff like that. We'll try to make a conscious effort to make my video channel a little bit better. As I have a podcast or whatnot, I'm just gonna stop it. That podcast brought a lot of negative energy in the beginning of 2021 or whatnot, and it wasn't something that I was doing. It was the things that it was attracting and stuff like that. So my On the Beat podcast series, I hate to see it go, but we're just gonna take what we do here on the YouTube channel and really kind of turn that into a podcast right there. You know what I'm saying? It seems like when you bring people in your oasis and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people get a little, you know what I'm saying, get a glimpse of, you know what I'm saying, peacefulness and order, and they'll try to come and disrupt that or whatnot, man. And it just, you know what I'm saying, it'll be negative stuff on you, and it a negative vibe that kind of reflects onto you and whatnot. So you know what I'm saying, I just basically will be doing less talking and more doing and stuff like that. And it seems like when you let your guard down, that's when you really get busted in the motherfucking face. So yeah, that's how we rolling in 2022, you know what I'm saying. And less talking here on the videos as well, man. So, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the live feeds where I'm kind of energetic and, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of things, I probably won't be talking a lot anymore or whatnot. And just do a lot of, you know what I'm saying, people want to see what's going on and just shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading a lot of comments in the YouTube section since the holidays. So it's kind of seeing what a lot of people like. And they like nice balance. So we're going to do that nice balance or whatnot. So without further ado, man, let's get up in here and build this template in our Studio One workflow, in our little situation. I'll walk you through how I do everything. And if you don't know how to create a template in Studio One, this would definitely be a good video for you to understand how to, and especially how to open up, you know what I'm saying, song sessions or whatnot if you still don't understand it. It's a little funky in Studio One, but you know what I'm saying, I think you should catch on real easy and stuff like that. You just, you know what I'm saying, you just got to be repetitive and keep everything consistent, you know what I'm saying, and everything it'll be a walk in the park. All right, cool. Let's go on ahead and switch over to Studio One right now and get this party on the road. All right, cool deal, man. So we're in Studio One right now. Let me double check the camera, make sure we're good. Yes, sir. All right, so we're in Studio One right now. As you see, Studio One is a nice layout. When you first get here, everything is just there and stuff like that. For the new people that's getting to Studio One that really don't know how to work it, it's a really, really easy program. You just got to have patience with it. And that's with any DAW, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's Pro Tools, motherfucking Cubase, goddamn Logic, Studio One, Ableton Live, Fruity Loops, Reaper, whatever the fuck you're using. You have to take time and learn it, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is going to be given to you for as, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be easy. You know what I'm saying? If you like it, you're going to learn it a little bit faster, of course. But, you know what I'm saying, Studio One, out the gate, coming from Pro Tools, diehard Pro Tools user, back in the Gap, man. And I made that transition back in 2013, 14. And I walked away from Pro Tools and never looked back, man. And I've been using Studio One ever since, man. And it was super easy, man. It was just really easy and worry-free and carefree utilizing Studio One. So with that being said, though, Studio One layout for us getting started with a session is super easy, man. It's nothing that, you know what I'm saying, bust a nut over or anything like that, man. I mean, you just basically get in here and get this shit started. So just walking down from top to bottom, okay, follow me now. You have these 4 icons up here. One of them is new song for recording and mixing. New project is for your masters and releases. New show is this new feature they added, I think, in Studio One version 5, like in the beginning of version 5, where you can actually utilize it as you would do something live sequence in Ableton Live, but it allow you to create these different live sets, and you can rehearse these live sets and perform them. That's the new show mode. I don't use this shit for that, so that's obsolete for me. But if you want something you want to try, hey, by all means, go ahead. Creating a new show is probably going to be the same way as creating a new song. And open existing files where you can go ahead and open up any of the previous 3 that I mentioned, for as new song, new project, and also new show as well. So if I wanted to open up a file, let's say I go here to the recent files. And this is where a lot of people get confused and pissed off and confused and mad and frustrated and stuff like that. If I go to one of these and I know one of these is not going to show, if I click on it may pop open because I think I opened this up before. Let's do this one. I think my Studio One is frozen there. Oh, snaps. I knew it was something different and something was going on here. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, we got a frozen Studio One here. I don't know what the reason is. Let's try to bring that bad boy back up. Let's close out of that for a second. Well. All right, let's do a little Control Alt Delete there, folks. Let's see what's going on with Studio One. Oh yeah, we do have a not responding situation. Oh, I think I had it open with Ableton Live, and Ableton Live had opened up at one time. All right, so in that case, I don't know what it was, but we'll just go ahead and just hit start right there. Scan all these plugins, should move by pretty quick, so no need to worry or whatnot. And we'll get back to it. Get back to the money and stuff like that. All right, we don't have any MIDI open up for right now. And boom, there we go. All right, cool. So this is the news feed, and of course, and stuff like that. All right, so back at it or whatnot. So we went over the new song, new project, new song, new project, new show, open existing file. All right, so you can open the existing file if something like this ever happened to you. Now, when I clicked on this session right here, it says the file when we make love.song file could not be found. Do you want to remove this reference to it from the recent list? Okay, so basically what it's saying is that this particular file, the .song file, was not reading from the original hard drive location. Okay, and it's asking, do you want to remove it from the recent list? We don't want to do that because, you know what I'm saying, we can, but we can't, you know what I'm saying? I normally just don't remove it, you know what I'm saying? I just click no, and I'll go to open, and I'll go and I'll find that file, you know what I'm saying, on the hard drive. So I'll go here, go there, and I think it's this one right here. Yeah. Boom. There it is right there. Right there. So if I just to click that, then it'll go ahead and open or whatnot. So this is your recent files. You can also search for songs, projects, and shows all right there. And you have a little magnetic tool where you can go ahead and search for different songs as well. So let's say, for instance, this song, I'm just going to type in G10 and boom, there it is. The song right there, G10. So if you got a whole bunch of songs and that you didn't open it up for days and days, and as you can see my recent list, that's a whole bunch of sessions that I've worked on in the last year right there. I could just search the whole recent files. It'll pull it up, but it's not guaranteed that it will open up because I'm quite sure your hard drive letter will change on PC and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, you know what I'm saying, you'll go to open and then find your file from there. All right. But we're going to go and create a new template. All right. So to do that, you have to click on the first icon, which is new song. So if you go ahead and click on new song, you'll see this bad boy come up right here. Now you'll see a different things for your newbies out there that really don't have a template or whatnot, and you just go ahead and you create everything from empty song, or you choose one of the pre-made templates that that Presonus gives you or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool, not a bad thing or whatnot. But you want to have control of your own session and have your own plugins in there and stuff like that. Cool, not a problem. If you're choosing it from an interface standpoint, for as you know, saying the ins and outs and how, you know, saying you would do a recording session or multi-track recording session with your interface, preferably what's going to show on here is Presonus interfaces. Shame on them for that. You know what I'm saying? They try to promote their shit. If you have Presonus interfaces, you could choose that and it'll give you multi-track sessions and recording sessions that you can use. But you know what I'm saying, you can create your own stuff. Now you can see here, I got a couple of icons here. I have one empty song that we can create an empty song from. This is a beat mixing template 2020 that I have right here. And this is basically, I can load up a beat mix or, you know, saying make beats with this template right here. This one right here is I was working on a Fiverr project. So I had a client off of Fiverr hit me up, wanted me to create a template for his for a church. It was a cowboy church here in Texas. They have these churches kind of like I don't know what type of church it is or the denomination is concerned, but they got these things called cowboy churches. So this guy hit me up and wanted me to create a Presonus template based off of what they did in the previous Studio One template. Studio One session, and make a template out of it. Just, you know what I'm saying, creating some stock plugin and stock plugin chains and stuff like that. So that's what that template is. Now, if I want to erase this template, I could just right click, and once I right click, you'll see something that says show and explore. So when I click on that, this is going to pop up on your C drive where the template is housed. Okay. So right now, the path is this PC, which is gone arrow to Windows C drive. Then it goes to your user folder, and this is for all the PC folks. Then it goes to your user folder. Then your PC name, which will be which is mine, is my name and stuff like that. Or I got something weird right there, but yours may be, you know what I'm saying, Studio Computer, or you know what I'm saying, John Doe's computer, or whatever the case may be. Then it goes to documents. Okay. Then it goes to Studio One folder. Then there's another folder within Studio One. Then you have a version 5 and then song stuff like that. So basically, just to not scare you or whatever, all you have to do is just go to your documents folder. Okay. Go to your documents folder underneath this PC or whatever the hell, but it's going to be under documents. All right. You go to documents and then you go and navigate to Studio One folder. Once you go to Studio One folder, you want to go to songs. Okay. Songs is where your templates is going to be housed, or any other songs that you record. A lot of times people create sessions and they don't put their song sessions on a external hard drive, and you're going to look for them thinking that, oh shit, yeah, I saved it on an external hard drive. No, you initiated that session under your C drive, aka Studio One folder, inside of the songs folder, and that's where all those sessions resides at. So if I go to under songs, boom, here it is right here and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is a song right here. Don't even know what the song is. But that's that. I just wanted to point that out right there. Okay. But you're going to go to Studio One folder, and then you go to templates. All right. So you got templates. Now I have one from version 4, and I actually got 2 of them. I got one Studio Template JCS. When I was doing a podcast show for someone, I got their template in here as well. I don't even need those. So what I can do is just go ahead and get rid of version 4. Because we're not going to go backwards on the version. So we're going to worry about version 5. All right. So version 5 right here, and then songs, and then boom, there we go. There is all of my templates I created in 2021 and 2020 or whatnot. So we're going to get rid of that cowboy session because I already sent that to the client. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. Now this beat mixing one right here, I'm just going to keep on a whim. And I have one for this SSL native template. I don't know if I'm going to keep that one or not because I really want to just kind of have this one that I go to. So what I'll do is just go ahead and just get rid of that one because it ain't nothing to create templates for myself. It's super, super easy for me. And I'll also get rid of this big beat mixing template. You know what? I may keep that one. Yeah, we just may keep that one right there. All right, and we're going to go ahead and open up this one right here, this Rich Mix 2021. All right, and so we just go ahead and click on that one. And hold on one second. Let's go back to new song. There it is. So what I did was refresh it. So I just got out of there, and what I deleted out of the Windows Explorer for window right there. You remember I made all these deletions out of this folder. All I did was just, close out of everything and reopen new song and go to user tab right here. Okay. So new song, user tab, and then you'll see everything that's there. So this is the Rich Mix 2021. And then this is the Beat Mix Template 2020. Okay. And then there's an empty one that I could start with nothing in there or whatnot, but we ain't gonna worry about that right there. We're gonna go to Rich Mix 2021. Okay, from there, all right, this is where it gets kind of confusing to a lot of people that, have questions that come to me about, creating templates or opening up sessions in Studio One. All right, create your song title. That's the easy part. Go ahead and create it. We're creating the template, so I ain't worried about the song title. Don't give a damn because we're creating a template. However, if we were going in to record somebody, or if I was going in to mix a song or whatever the case may be, I will put a song title there or put something there that I will remember it by. All right. The most key important thing next when you're creating a song to mix or creating a song to record. See this right here? This little thing right here. That is your file directory. Okay. This is what Studio One is going to remember where you created and initiated that song session. And it tells you clear as day, the first letter is going to say C drive. Every Windows computer, every Windows system has a C operational drive. And it says clear as day, C drive /user/JCSMI/documents. That's the key word, documents, Studio One, and wherever that directory goes from there, whatnot. Okay, we want to change this. If you were creating a song to record or mix and stuff like that, click on the 3 dots, this little gray box right next to that C drive directory. Click on that. Find your hard drive. Super simple. Excuse me. Find your hard drive. Excuse me. My mouth is. Mouth getting dry. Find your hard drive. Okay. Find your hard drive. In this case, this would be my hard drive. I will create a new folder. So I'll create a new folder as such. Boom. New folder created. And then I just click new folder. Select new folder. Boom. And as you see that file directory is short. Why? Because it says letter F for the disk drive, which is my external hard drive, and the new folder I created or a previous folder. So if I go back, go to that same hard drive and I'll choose, let's say, for instance, I'm going to choose rich songs. I click rich songs. that's the folder that every session that I create from the whole year will be in that rich song folder and stuff like that, man. But let me go ahead and delete that new folder because I don't need that shit on the hard drive. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that real quick. All right, I just wanted to throw that out there, okay? But what we're gonna do is do this, man. We're just gonna cancel out of that, go to new song again, choose rich mix, and I'm gonna keep it like it is. You know why I did it that way? It's because when I choose Rich Mix 2021 template from the user tab, it's going to automatically go to the template directory for Studio One. Okay. All right. That's what it's going to do. I ain't worried about the title, but I want to make sure that every time I open up this template, my sample rate is going to be the same. So I always record at 48K, 24-bit resolution, but I think I want to do 32. But I'm not going to do that because that's more hard drive space. So I'm going to keep it at 24-bit, 48K. All right. And then I'm going to keep it at bars on the time base. My song length, normally I don't fuck with any songs. I don't have any songs more than 5 minutes, but I don't think that really matters, to be honest with you. The tempo, I'm just going to keep it at 120 because normally, you know what I'm saying, I change the tempo. If I have already the tempo, I just go ahead and put that tempo in right there. Time signature 4/4, I always keep it that way. Key signature, I'm not too much worried about. All right. Depending on your system in your Studio One, it may be checked off on stretch audio files to tempo and play overlaps. Those two may be checked. Uncheck them. You know why? Because stretch audio files to the song tempo. If you make a mistake and you bring in a multi-track beat in your session and this is stuck on 120 and you don't know the tempo, but this is on 120, it could be on 110, 90 BPM, 80 BPM. And when you create your session or template or whatever, and you bring in multi-track beat stems or vocals, they're going to automatically adjust to whatever the tempo of the session is. Okay. So if you don't want your audio files to be fucked with, you know what I'm saying? And you go hit play and that bitch sounds screwed up and chopped and the swinging on the rock, you know what I'm saying? Or it's screwed up and chopped, you know what I'm saying? If you don't want none of that shit, you know what I'm saying? Uncheck stretch audio files to song tempo. Okay, that is very, 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 very important because I used to have that unchecked. I used to have that checked. And then when I brought in files, even though I put in the right tempo, somebody can have a 2-track beat. I bring in that 2-track beat at 80 BPM. That beat is going to speed up to, let's say, what this BPM is right here at 120. You know what I'm saying? So I always uncheck stretch audio files to song tempo and uncheck play overlaps. And I never, ever had a problem since then. And I could bring in any audio files from anybody else's system and it's just perfecto and stuff like that. Never had any problem. So I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this, uncheck stretch audio files to song tempo and uncheck play overlaps. It should be empty. No checks in these two sections right here. If you do, you always going to run into problems with trying to adjust the tempo and your grid going to be moving and delays ain't going. Yeah, you're just going to have a whole bunch of bitch fits or whatnot. So that's what that is right there. Now we have a note section right here. And we're going to this is basically the template name. So you'll see Rich Mix 2021 record and mix. And we're going to change that once we save the template. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hit it. OK. It's going to load up everything right here. My iLock is activating and all that other crap. And all these plugins are loading up. And once everything, you see how long it's taking. I don't like a session that take that long. I don't know what the fuck I was doing when I made this template anyway, but I wanted like all of my plugins there and stuff like that. So we're gonna minimize that today, man, or whatnot. So me personally, I just hate that where it's just loading up. You know, especially if it's not you know what I'm saying, a session that ain't got shit in it. All right, so basically missing devices. These are plugins that are missing or no longer installed, or they're missing the VS3 or the VS2 file and stuff like that, as far as the VST directory that the plugins are scanned or whatnot. So that's what it's telling you right there. So we're gonna go ahead and hit close. Now, just to give you a general synopsis of what we got going on here, if we were to go right here and just to show you, in a general sense, all the green tracks are my vocal tracks, and I have them all grouped into one. So it says vocal stems, boom. So I hit this little folder, and every time I expand this folder down, you'll see that I have 51 minus 28. I got like over 23 channels. I think I got 24 channels of vocal tracks ready to go in mono. Okay. So all these vocal tracks that you see in green are mono audio tracks that I could just drag audio vocal stems on. So if I have an artist that's sending me vocal tracks, I always tell them, hey, mix your shit down in vocal stems, send them to me. I just take these vocal stems from the files right here in this file directory, and I just highlight all of them in blue and drag them over, and boom, there it is. Just that simple. You know what I'm saying? So that's my vocal stem tracks, all of them mono in green, packed in one folder. Boom, just like that. See how simple that's organized and stuff like that? Everything is red as far as multi-tracks, far as beat stems or any other type of audio that I'll be using. And all of those tracks that are in red are stereo tracks. Okay. What's good with your goddamn what Happy New Year, one in black. Yeah, one in black one. You know what I'm saying? I can't read, man. That doggone computer that computer screen is way the hell up over there, man. But Happy New Year to you too. So all of these tracks that are in red are stereo tracks. Okay. So all of these are in red are stereo tracks. And let's say, for instance, I have a stem folder over here and they're all beats. You know what I'm saying? All I have to do is just drag that, highlight everything in blue, drag it over here, drop it in there. You know what I'm saying? If it's a mono track, it's going to convert it back to mono and stuff like that. But everything I have in red, you know what I'm saying, I have it packed in a folder. It says beat stems. Bam. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I think I have 24 tracks of those as well. Let me double check that real quick. Yep. Oh, I have more. I have 32. I think I have 32. Yeah. 27, 2. I can't count, man. 27 minus 2, that's 25 tracks. 27 minus 2. I don't know. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of goddamn tracks, man. And I have them in a beat stem or whatnot. So that is my two folders that I have set up right there, and stuff like that, man. I have a beat stem and a vocal stem pack folder. If I unpack them, boom, stereo tracks, vocal tracks. All right, just that simple. Now I have this one lonely track up here in pink, and that's my instrumental track. So every now and then, you know what I'm saying, I may have somebody that don't have multi-track beat stems, and they just have a 2-track instrumental or a 2-track composition, and just drag that 2-track in there. There it is right there. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? We got the beat at the top in pink, vocals right there in green. Let's get busy. Let's start recording and mixing. That's simple, man. That's it. That is it. You know what I'm saying? As far as how this look on the arrangement view. Now let's go over to the mixer view, which is where we're going to do a little bit of work at and stuff like that. Now, as you guys can see, this is everything. Now there's no way you can hide these tracks, but I normally just keep my tracks all visible. So that's that instrumental track right here in pink. All of these red tracks are for the beat, and then all of these green tracks are for the vocals. And then these yellow tracks right here is my effect tracks, where I have all the reverbs and delays and shit like that. Guess what? I'm getting rid of all this shit, because what I found was when I was mixing beats, vocals, and I'm sliding this motherfucker over here, there, here, I still got a long way to go to reach my buses and stuff like that. So what I'm going to do is just leave 2 effect tracks. Matter of fact, I'm gonna leave 3 because normally what I do is use 1 reverb and then maybe 2 or 3 delays or whatnot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this stock delay. I'm gonna leave I'm just gonna leave the stock delay and this other one right here. This one that says repeater, 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 repeater. I was using the repeater and I still do the I think it's this plugin right here, damn it. From Slate Digital, but it's really from D16 repeater vintage model delay. This is a really, really good delay, by the way, man. I was using that real heavy, and I was using a template I got from one of the Slate Digital templates, but it's an overkill, man. So we're just gonna go ahead and remove those tracks right there. Boom, that's it. I got a couple of reverbs. I don't necessarily gonna be going forward this year in 2022. I have a hardware reverb processor, and I also have I have 2 guitar reverb pedals. So in combination, I have 3 reverb processors outside of the box. So 3 reverb processors, hardware, 1 rack mount stereo, and then 2 of them that's mono, which I can, manipulate into a stereo track anyway. Little tricks. I'll talk about that later on in the year. So y'all stay tuned to that. Make sure you subscribe or whatnot. So I'm really going to just leave 1 reverb track up. Okay. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because we don't need the other ones. And these ones in the red, I'm just going to go ahead and remove those tracks right there. We're going to remove these tracks right here. And I'm going to keep this verb suite up because I use this one pretty a lot. It's pretty good. Some impulse response type of reverb right there. And this neo verb, I use this pretty often when I want to be lazy and I don't want to dial in nothing. I just play my vocal and hit the reverb assistance. It finds your reverb for you and you ain't got to do shit. Just play a little bit of audio and artificial intelligence will give you an algorithm. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? So we'll put that underneath that right there. So now we have 1 reverb channel and we're just going to call that hardware reverb. So I'm going to rename this track right here, hardware reverb. So I'm just going to put HW and I'm going to put verb and I'm going to move my see if I can move my keyboard up just a little bit right there. All right. So we're just going to call that hardware verb and we're going to leave that empty. And then we're going to call this plug-in verb. All right, cool. So we call that plug-in verb right there. All right. And all these other ones right here. Let's see. I like the R verb. Boom. And I like the gold plate. Boom. So those are my reverbs, my go-tos right there. I have some more reverbs that I use. BX Room is another one I'm gonna leave on there. This one right here. This is a pretty good one right here. It's very clean. Doesn't give you a lot of color. It's not a big reverb. It's kind of a medium-sized type reverb. And you never can go wrong with this stock compressor. This may look like some puny little shit, but this room reverb from Studio One stock plug-in, this packs a big punch, and it's a really good reverb, man. I found myself in the latter part of the year using this a lot in 2021. All right, and that's basically it. That's basically it right there, man. So we'll just go ahead and remove these other tracks here. And so now you'll see that my effects tracks are dwindling here slowly. So we got plug-in reverbs. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 plug-in reverbs that I'll be using throughout the year that I use pretty faithfully, whatnot. And I have a lot of delays, man. A lot of delays that I use, different combinations of delays. And I do have 1 delay. As a matter of fact, I have 2 delay effect pedals that I can put on here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and delete this one here and delete that one. So just to give you a sense, I use this delay right here. I use this delay right here, which is from from Brainworks, Delay 2500, pretty good. Unfiltered audio, I have it on here, but I really don't use it like talking about. But it's pretty good though. I have to say, man, don't sleep on it because it is pretty good. But I use this a lot, and I have this other one right here that's pretty good too. This delay right here, and the old trusty H delay from Waves. I have that one as well. There's one more on here that I want to use and I want to add, and it's from SSL. And I played around with it, and I was very, very pleased with it. It is X Echo. And this bad boy, it's a little PCU extensive, but it's very effective. I like what it's doing. And this plugin, let's see, just to give you a sense, it adds 12 instances of CPU into your mix. So you have to very, 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 very think about this wisely when you use this, but it's pretty good. I'm gonna leave that up there as well. Now, last time I used this plugin, it was the SSL reverb, and last time I used this plugin, it crashed my computer. So we're gonna take a chance, and we're gonna pull up the Flex Verb, and I think they fixed it. Yeah, because I was using it on the earlier version. And this plugin as well uses on average about 14 instances right there. But I never had a chance to play with this. So we may have to make a video on this reverb right here. Because I was always curious about it. But when they crashed my plugin, I was like, nah, fuck that. So we'll keep that up there on the plugin verb. All right, cool deal. Another reverb that I use for stock delays is this analog delay right here, beat delay, and groove delay right here. I normally don't use the groove delay, so I'm gonna take that off. I never could get into the multi-tap delays or whatnot. The most of multi-tap delays that I'll use is gonna be this one right here. It's that repeater delay, which is right here. Let's see here if I could pull it up. Come on, repeater. It don't want to pull up. Okay, we'll have to look at it. Look for it by the. Matter of fact, we'll go over here to our effects right here. I have it saved underneath favorites. All right, let me pull that up real quick for you guys. Let's see, repeater. All right, there we go. Boom, just right there. We'll put that right there because this one right here is kind of like you get two multi-tap type of situations or whatnot, man. So we'll keep it right there. Boom, there it is. All right, bet. All right, so that's the repeater right there, man. So and then this is the stock delay right here that I like to keep there. Matter of fact, we'll just clean it up and I'll put the room reverb and I'll just put stock effects right here. So I'm gonna rename this track stock effects. We're gonna color that. We'll just keep it stock effects. We'll just put delay plugins here. So we'll put delay plugins right there. And I apologize for all the nerdy shit that you're hearing today. But I mean, if you call yourself a mixer, this is basically, it comes with the territory. So but we're gonna call this hardware effects right here. So the hardware effects, basically this channel will be used for as having a PreSonus stock plugin on here, which is called Pipeline. If you know anything about Pipeline, it allows you to bring in audio from your hardware. And it even has a delay composition ping test that you can do. So once you let me set up my routing real quick here. It's reading the Focusrite, but it's not reading my ins and outs. All right, so this is another thing too. This is a little advanced and off topic, but when you go into using Pipeline, okay, and just like you saw it here, that I just have a main output 1 and 2, even though I have the 18 in and 20 out interface, stuff like that. So I have like up to 38 ins and outs. It's not showing. Okay. I don't know why, but Studio One just want to give you a default output 1 and 2 on some shit. So you have to definitely set up your ins and out and make it by default. So right now you can only see 1 and 2 channels, 1 and 2 coming in, and then the outputs, 1 and 2. Fuck that, because the interface I have, you can bring in, 18 inputs and out 20. Okay, including the ADAT. So what we have to do is bring in my template that I created for my ins and outs. And that's all interface dependent. So if you're looking at this like, well, my interface don't have that, that's probably because you have a 2 in, 2 out, a 4 in, a 4 out, an 8 in, 8 out, whatever the configurations you need to, check out your interface. But on mine, I have a Focusrite 18i20 interface. So we're going to choose this in and out configuration file. I also have one for my UAD Apollo interface as well, but we're going to worry about the Focusrite because that's the one we're talking and running audio through right now. So we're going to bring that audio ins and outs, and you will see here inputs. You see everything color coded and labeled. Okay, so just to give you a general synopsis of what the inputs are, the mic that I'm talking in right now, the DBX 286S, that's mic input 1. My Persona Studio channel, which I do all my vocal recording through here at the studio, is channel 2. My guitar pedals, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are being routed into input 3. My 1176 compressor going through the 10-band EQ pedal, that is going into 4. The 3D, the Behringer virtualizer 3D effects processor is going into 5 and 6 as a stereo, and my DBX stereo compressor 266 XL going into stereo, stereo into 7 and 8. And then I have a PC. So this interface has a loopback function that is coming in on I think that's channel 9 and 10 internal audio, so I can actually sample. So if someone has a session up and they want to sample something from YouTube, it ain't nothing to just open up YouTube or anything on the computer and sample within the computer into my session. So that's how that's set up, and then the outputs are basically in reverse how I read the inputs. There's a cable going out to the pedal, a cable going out to the 1176, 2 cables going out to that effects processor, 2 cables going out to the stereo comp, and that's basically it on the analog outputs right there. We're going to go ahead and hit apply. Bam, there it is. All right, so while I'm doing this, hopefully it will save my ins and outs. Not necessarily, not a lot of times. And you can see my ins and outs have been applied, and you can see the meter going up and down right here, and also the internal PC audio right there. We just hit OK, and then now on this pipeline plugin, you will see that the outputs are here. We'll go ahead and send this. So this right here is going to be the hardware effects plugin right here, pipeline. Okay, and this will allow us to send audio to a hardware processor and bring it back into Studio One. Choose your output, then bring it back in right here. You know what I'm saying? Just that simple. Hit your ping test. It'll give you, the round trip milliseconds delay, and then it'll offset it with the samples or whatnot, and you'll get spot on, monitoring of your hardware with the audio coming out of your Studio One, going through your hardware, coming back into Studio One. Not do the ping test, because if you don't do that ping test, you're going to hear a delay and you're going to be tripping, and you're going to be mad because you spent $1,200 on a compressor and you ain't do the ping test. All right. So we're going to just keep one of these open and turn that plugin off. So you'll notice that I went from doggone 8 tracks of effects tracks to down to 4. So I cut it in half, and right there, man. All my plugins are off, so they will load up, of course. But all my plugins are off. Now, what I have to do on these tracks right here, I have to change these going to the main output to the sub mix. Okay. Now you're probably gonna try to figure out, well, why you have this routed to it like a sub mix? Okay. The reason why I have it like that is for gain staging purposes. Okay. So my effects units it's going to be routed to the submix, just like my vocal bus and my music bus. My music bus is nothing but all the tracks that you saw in the beat stems. So all these red tracks, red tracks over here on the mixer window, all of these red tracks are mixed down to this pink track right here. All of the vocals that are in green are mixed down to one of these three orange tracks. And then from these orange tracks, they're mixed down into this blue track. And then that's my vocal mix bus. So I have a vocal mix bus. I have a music, or instrumentation mix bus. And then everything is routed into this sub mix red. I don't fuck with the main mix. There's nothing on the main mix but a limiter. And I barely turn that on nowadays, or whatnot. But I have a limiter on there, and that's it. that is it. And that limiter is actually about to come off because I just ordered another hardware compressor, and that's gonna be living on the main bus. So I'm trying to step my mixing game up. I'm having a hybrid little, analog go out, go in type of mix situation right here. So the limiter is gonna stay on there, but not for too long, or whatnot. So that's basically, how everything is routed. So, but the effect tracks, these yellow tracks right here that we have, these delays and reverbs, those are routed to the sub mix because everything is summed down into this red sub mix folder. And I have it set to -12. This was a technique that I took from I see your question, Vico V. Man, shout out to you. My bad. I got caught into talking and whatnot. Your question is, and I'm gonna go ahead and, man, shout you out there, big dog, man. People can go look you up on YouTube. Follow Vico V. He asks, you use Studio One for desktop music production and Cubase's 3 and Aria 3 Pro for iPad music production. That's the question for me. Big dog, I try getting into Studio One for music production so bad. So bad. I like it and I don't like it. I like it for the capabilities that it offers. But for its MIDI production, I think Studio One really needs to kind of clean that up a little bit because of the quantization. A lot of people find quantization really, really easy in Studio One. I find it difficult. The reason why is because every time I play on my keys or I play drums out and I go back to quantize them, they're never where I need them to be at. They're always thrown off. And then I see a lot of people in these other tutorial videos and they're moving them with the mouse click. When you play something and you quantize your MIDI, it should just fall into place. And Studio One doesn't do that. And they got a funky ass way of doing that. So I don't use it. And then another thing that pisses me off with Studio One far as music production is when you have an instrument track, you have to hit the record button and also hit the input monitoring button in order to hear the fucking instrument, which is retarded as hell. It should just be able to hit one button and you can monitor the instrument and also record it into the Studio One. Other than that, that's my only two gripes about it, but they're two major gripes, and it really fucks up the workflow because if I'm doing a hi-hat pattern at 1/16 and doing like a boom, chap, boom, 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 chap, boom, 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 chap, boom, 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 chap, and I go back and quantize that, and I gotta go and use my mouse click to rearrange the MIDI notes back to where they need to be at. That's slowing down my workflow. And Ableton Live, I would have been done and working on like the hi-hat, the open hi-hat, and I just saved myself 5 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So I don't use Studio One for music production. I want to so bad. That way I have one program, but unfortunately they need to clean that shit up and look like that's not their priority. So I think that's why a lot of people kind of back away from Studio One for music production. Now you got some people that use it really, really good, but for me, nah. Cubase's 3, yes and no. I find Cubase's 3 very laggy on the iPad Pro when it comes to music production. Now, as far as mixing, it's laggy too. It may be because of my iPad. I have an iPad Pro 2020 model. I think it's it's the 20 model. Yeah, the 2020 model. And it's still laggy. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you use the plugins, your CPU, it just goes up and you can't really utilize it in its full potential or whatnot. So I use Nano Studio 2 to make beats on the iPad Pro and Aria Pro. I use that to mix in because it's super smooth, man. Like I actually got a song that's gonna be on my album that's probably gonna be dropping this month, man. And I recorded and mixed that whole bad boy in Aria Pro without a problem, just like I would here in Studio One without a problem, man. And Nano Studio 2, man, I love it because it's a dog-like feeling as well, man. So just to answer your question, man, shout out to you, B Cole V, man, to keep doing your thing, big dog. Happy New Year to you too, man. So yeah, getting back to the sub mix situation right here, man. This sub mix right here. Now I have it set. I have the fader set at -12. A lot of people look at me crazy and they listen to my mixes and they're like, why everything is low? A gang stage, partner. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when you know what you're doing in order to get a good dynamic song or whatnot. So many people over compressing every goddamn thing where it sounds lifeless. It sounds like a good record, but it don't have any life because you're compressing every motherfucking thing and everything is fucking loud. And you putting this tape saturation and compression and all this other shit on there. And then when your shit hit goddamn Spotify and iTunes and all this other bullshit, it don't have any dynamics. And it sounds like we're listening to the song, but it don't have any feeling. You know what I'm saying? Songs have to have dynamics. And it takes a special engineer in order to make that dynamic song be dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And game staging is one of the first things that I tell people all the time. It's a lost art, and I'm going to be honest with you. But it's an art that I always kept, you know what I'm saying, in audio school. That's one of the things that one of my professors beat our asses in one of our schools. And he did not let us leave the studio until we understood what game staging was. Old school dude too, man. You know what I'm saying? He's still teaching music technology in high school. You know what I'm saying? There's KDISD out here in Houston. They have this audio recording program, and he teaches the high school students on, you know what I'm saying, the shit that I'm teaching you guys on as well, man. And you know what I'm saying, he was real big stickler on game staging. Old school cat, man. He knew how to fucking dial in the compressor real good on some shit, man, but he was real big on game staging. And game staging was real important to me. So he said, fuck it if the mix, this words out of his mouth, fuck it, the mix is not loud. You can always turn it up once it's mastered. It had always stuck to me. It's like, you can always turn it up when it's mastered, but I always thought it had to be loud to a certain point when you go into mastering. Nah, it don't. Because when you can always turn it up, if you get a low master, you can always turn that bitch up. And that's what they do when you put your shit out there on Spotify, YouTube, and all this other stuff, you know what I'm saying, iTunes and everything. They control it. They just tell you what's their recommended levels, -14. But most people send their shit in at -10, -11, -9. And some people push it all the way up to -6. What they're going to do, they're just going to turn that shit down to their standards at -14. You see what I'm saying? So long as you gain stage right, you have a dynamic song. But I have my sub mix fader set at -12. Okay, so it's set at -12. So every track. So if this session was filled with 48 tracks, if this session was filled with 48 tracks of audio. I don't have anything in here right now, but I do have a session that's full of vocals right now, R&B session. We got multi-tracks of 24, and I think we got like 48 vocals. All of those tracks are going to be summed down to this red track, you know what I'm saying? And everything is going to be capped out at -12, okay? But I have to turn my I have to turn my monitoring system. I have to turn my headphones up in order to hear everything that's going on. Then I start mixing. By the time I'm finished mixing, I got levels that's pretty good at -12. So now I have basically -12, I have 12 or 6 dB of headroom that I can play with and turn up. So once I'm finished mixing, this meter should be peaking at around about -6, -3. I could turn this up. But 9 times out of 10 is between -6 and -12, and I could turn this up. That's a whole nother mixing class I'm gonna do again this year. Cause I did it in 2019, but I wasn't doing it on YouTube. I'm about to fuck y'all heads up. You know what I'm saying? Because people think I don't know how to mix. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to show y'all people really what the deal is. But I keep this on -12. And ever since I learned this technique, shout out to Carmen Cautry, engineer out of ATL. He does a lot of Kevin Gates songs. He does basically anybody that rap in Atlanta. Carmen Cautry, he basically, it comes across his desk, and he had a master class with the Slate Digital All Access bundle, and he mentioned this technique right here, and I went on ahead and stole it right here, and it made sense. Keep your master fader or your sub mix, which I use a sub mix before I hit the main. Okay, so this is what this is, a sub mix. So every track in Studio One gets some down to the sub mix. Keep it at -12, and you will see on the main track, it'll be, you know what I'm saying, floating around -12. So when I go and I get a mix done, and I done had people complain about it, you know, some people I don't fuck with no more, you know what I'm saying, because my mixes was low. Guess what? I was doing it to save your music and stuff like that. But it'll come in at -12 at the final mix. They thinking it's master, but it's really not mastered. It's mix. So when it goes to get mastered, that bitch is going to have a lot of headroom, and it's going to sound clear as hell. You know what I'm saying? You'll hear every detail of the instrument. That's where I'm at with shit or whatnot. So the sub mix is at -12. I'm going to go ahead and take this. Let's blow up this mixer a little bit right here. All right. So we're going to, so basically, you know what I'm saying? We talked about the sub mix and why I changed the outputs of these yellow tracks to the sub mix. That is going to be routed to this track right here. Okay. Right there. All right. Boom. Okay. So everything should be at the sub mix. My vocal mix, these orange tracks right here is from the vocals, and those are routed to this blue one. All right. So we're going to go ahead and take this spectrum meter off. We're going to take these VU meters off. I have them up there, but I really don't use them like talking about. All right. And we have this fresh air plugin on here. I use it, and we have this virtual tape, and I use that as well, man. So we'll keep those on there. Yeah, we'll keep those on there as well. Far as the music bus, everything that's coming from the red tracks is routed to the music bus, and we'll keep that empty as well. Make sure that it's going to the sub mix. Yes, it is. This spectrometer right here, we're going to go ahead and collapse that. This black box plugin, we'll be using it, but not enough to keep it on there or whatnot. So we'll get rid of that. We'll keep the VU meter up, and we'll keep that spectrum meter up. So that cleans up everything right there. Far as the console shaper, so I have this console shaper on the master track. We're gonna go ahead and switch that and turn that off. The reason why is because we have this new brick console that I normally use on a lot of the tracks or whatnot. So that's kind of like the console shaper, but this is the retro bundle whatnot. So we can use the Brit bundle, which is ain't that but a glorified SSL emulation of all your tracks, or we can go to the Alpine, which is nothing glorified but, you know what I'm saying, API character or whatnot. And I like those two consoles, and I'm cool with that. Or you have the built-in SSL console shaper. I don't have the CTC one. I really don't find this one right here in the CTC one effective. But I do really do find the brick console effective like a motherfucker. So it works really well. I'm trying to see if I want to keep it on the sub mix and let it have it on all the tracks, or just have it on the vocal or on the beat itself. And I'm really torn in between the two, but I'm gonna keep it off for right now, or whatnot. So just to save us some CPU room as well, because I noticed like when I was loading stuff up, you know what I'm saying, I had that plugin on, never knew it was on. Far as the inserts on the main track, I have a limiter up here, But we're gonna take that off, man, because everything should be processed on the sub mix anyway. And I'm gonna leave the inserts free on that end as well. And I have a lot of these post effects right here, such as this mix checker. I use pretty good to kind of get a general idea of how it will sound on a NS10, a Yamaha NS10 speaker, or some type of club PA speaker, or computer speakers, TV, laptop, iPad, iPhone, headphones, over-ear earphones, car, radio, and some type of Bluetooth headset or Bluetooth speaker or whatnot. So we'll leave that one up. This is the row stereo. I don't have that wave plug in anymore. So we'll take that off. BX meter. I use this pretty often right here. So we'll keep that up there on there as well. Level meter. Let's see what this one is. This is the built-in level meter from Studio One. So we'll keep that one up there as well. And SPL Hawk. I use this a lot to read full scale. Just give me a bird's eye view of what's going on for as a spectrogram. I wanted to get rid of this DC offset. I really don't need this shit anyway. But my mid side phasing correlation meter is pretty good, and also my loudness unit target is good as well. I'll leave that in there, and I'm gonna go the extra mile to load up one more plugin, and that is the Streamliner plugin, which is a pretty awesome plugin because it will give you it'll give you levels as far as everything, these presets for Spotify, Apple, Tidal, YouTube, Deezer, SoundCloud, and Bandcamp as well. And they'll let you know where you at for your loudness units and your dynamic range and stuff like that. So it's a very effective plugin as well. A little bit needy on the CPU when it first came out. Let's see if it made it any difference there. Let's see here. Oh, they actually fixed it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. So it doesn't do on anything on the CPU, but it adds a hell of a lot of latency. So it'll add a 312 milliseconds of latency on your master output. So when you click this on, you definitely will hear your system jump to try to make up for the latency with the plugin as well, man. So I think we have everything, fixed with our plugin. Oh, one more thing I need to add: the listen bus. So the listen bus is kind of weird because I really can't explain it because it mirrors the main output, but it does something a little different for as you could do other shit with it, you know what I'm saying? And you can route this listen bus to, let's say, different outputs. Okay. I'm gonna put the VCX plugin on there, and I use the VSX plugin from Slate Digital. I use this plugin a lot because I was asking for the head. I was asking for my serial number. I gotta figure out. I'll calibrate that. Oh, actually, I can get that right now. Oh no, it's put up. Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, this plugin right here, I use that a lot, you know what I'm saying, with my mixes, but you have to use it effectively in Studio One on the listen bus. So if you have the VSX plugin and stuff like that, and if you're putting it on the main track, you're actually doing it the wrong way. You need to put it on the listen bus per their instructions. So we'll go ahead and turn it off. So we'll keep that there. We'll keep the main clear. The sub mix, we have some analyzing tools for the VU meter and also the spectrum meter. And I'm gonna choose my plugin preset I have on here called Rich Waterfalls, and that'll give me that waterfall look. And I think we should be good to go, man. Everything, I'm just gonna go a quick glance and make sure all the outputs are correct. The instrumental track is set to the sub mix, which that's supposed to be going to the music bus. So let's go ahead and change that. All right. And everything else is music bus. And all the green is going to be lead mix for right now. And I just going, when I'm mixing and I need to go to the background bus or the ad lib bus track, I just go ahead and choose that right here. That's everything is labeled here, so I don't have to guess numbers. I just go ahead and look at it, whatnot. So we'll change that when we're mixing. Everything is at nominal level. All right, cool. So once you have everything set the way we have it right now, all right, that's basically how everything is gonna look right there. Clean slate and everything like that. I normally just do my inserts. Normally I'll have like plugins stacked up on that. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is loading up one insert plugin, highlight all the other plugins, drag and drop, boom, there it is. All right. To save this, what you have to do is go to File. Okay. Go to File. Save as template. A lot of people get this confused. Okay. If you're listening right now, please go to File. Save as template. All right. And I'm going to stop right there because I got some questions. All right, so shout out to you there, Mr. Cole Pepper. Happy New Year to you, big dog. Let's see here. Vico V still watching, man. Shout out to you. He says, when it comes to producing music with only virtual instruments, do I still need an audio interface? Yeah, I think you do, man. Yes. When it comes to virtual instruments, audio interface is basically you will need it. And the reason why is because number one, the DA converters and stuff like that. So when you're hearing back your music that you're producing from your interface, you know what I'm saying, utilizing a good DA converter, which is basically taking your digital information that you're doing in the box, and that's being converted on the analog outputs. So your interface, let's say you have a Focusrite 2i2. Okay. That conversion, that digital to analog, you ever heard of that before? That digital to analog conversion happens on the outputs where you hook up your speakers. Okay. That's important. Otherwise, if you're coming out of your laptop on the headphone output, the headphone output on your laptop, and you come in with a, you know what I'm saying, what they call it, a 1/8 or 3.5 millimeter jack into your speakers, it's not really good monitoring in the studio environment. You know what I'm saying? So a good DA converter, you know what I'm saying, that could be any interface. Good DA converter will give you a true accurate sound of what you're doing in the box or whatnot. So to answer your question, yeah, audio interfacing is really, really good. And you may have that spark of creation of saying you're making a beat and you like, man, I want to lay something down. Okay, you don't have to go scrummaging around trying to find a microphone to plug into your laptop via the microphone cable line situation on your laptop, you know what I'm saying, because you're gonna get some fucked up audio there. Again, you have to go back, or you may bring in a friend, he plays guitar and he brings in his quarter jack, you know what I'm saying, you plug that into your Focusrite, you get good A to D conversion, which is analog to digital, you know what I'm saying, and that's where you get into, okay, I want to record at 16-bit, 24-bit, 34-bit. Oh, okay, sample rate. Sample rate ain't nothing but, have y'all ever take a picture and you heard the term megapixel? The higher the megapixel, the better the quality of the image is. Guess what that means in audio? Sample rate. So if you're recording at 44.1 sample rate, that's kind of like using the iPhone 7, iPhone 10, 11, or whatever. But if you want that iPhone 13 Pro resolution on your photos, aka your audio, then you step it up and record at 48K, 88.1K, 96K, 192K. It just depends on what your audio interface is utilizing there. So yeah, audio interface is always good. And make sure that whatever your peripheral is on your laptop, whether it be USB 2, 3, Thunderbolt, or USB-C, make sure that, you know what I'm saying, you have the right connections for your cables and stuff like that. And stuff. So the interface I'm talking on right now is a Focusrite 18i20. It's USB 2. I don't like it because the ins and outs for as the audio is not as fast as my UAD Apollo Twin interface, which is at USB 3. That audio could be smoking. Mixing it's like that, you know what I'm saying? Versus working on a USB 2, it's a little bit slow. So I have to be a little bit patient for as, you know what I'm saying, how the audio moves. It just moves a little slow. It's a little finicky. It worked, you know what I'm saying? A common person wouldn't know the difference. But when you've been working on USB 3 interfaces for a while, you'll notice that the audio, when it comes to recording, is it's snappier and stuff like that. I could just imagine how it feels with a Thunderbolt connection. But I'm not a Mac user or whatnot. What else you got, big dog? When producing music with only virtual instruments, do you think we need to do the volume balance of the virtual instruments during production so that it becomes very easy to mix and master? Yes. You always do volume adjustments when you're using your virtual instruments. I always do. So it's basically, they call that a static mix for your question number 2. So for the people that's watching, give me questions, bro. I can answer. Like, some people can't. I can. When producing music with only virtual instruments, do you think we need to do volume balance of the virtual instruments during production so that it becomes very easy to mix and master? Basically, what he's saying is, like, do you really need to have nominal levels? Do you need the gain stage and all that other stuff? Yes. You know what I'm saying? In the nerd world of audio engineering, they call that a static mix. And when you do a static mix, that's basically getting all your levels, you know what I'm saying, getting all your levels down to a point where it's riding at about -6 or -3 on your master output. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's a very important question, man. You answered some good questions, big dog. For real, man. Shout out to you for B Code B. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. So once we you know what I'm saying, once we got a, you know what I'm saying, our mixing template done and everything like that, just to refresh where we was, you want to go to file. Okay, so we're gonna go to file. Let me cancel that out. We're gonna go to file, go down to save as template, hit save as template. Once you hit save as template, this is where you can go and rename, you know what I'm saying, everything that you want to rename. So what I'm gonna do is, now what I can do, you may not be able to do it, but what I can do is replace my old one. So if I go, you'll see it right here. Hold on. Let me move slow. You'll see something right here in blue. It says replace existing. Okay, replace existing. Only if you have a previous template that you like to override. Replace existing will reroute you back to your template folder, and you will see Rich Mix 2021. I go ahead and click that, and I'll be able to replace it. Okay, but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna rename it something else for you guys for demonstration purposes. So we're gonna go ahead and call this. My name is Rich, so I call it Rich, right? But I'm gonna call it the Super Mario Mix 2022. Okay. The description, I'm gonna call it just basically I'm gonna call it mixing and recording template. All right, so mixing and recording template. All right, now what I can do is go ahead and choose all kind of different pictures I want to add in there or whatnot. So I got all these doggone pictures of me and shit like that. Hey, look at me, goddamn it. Y'all may see something y'all don't like, but I'm gonna go ahead and choose this this picture right here of me. All right, and I'll choose that picture right there. It could be whatever you want, your logo, your picture, whatever. All right, now once you added your title and your description, and your description is real key because it'll let you know what kind of template you want to choose and everything. So this is going to be my mixing recording template, and I just hit OK. Boom, save it. That's it. That's all you got to do. All right, you ain't got to do nothing else. Now you will notice at the top left corner, it will still say the default song title name. Don't worry about that. This is what you do. File, close all. It's going to ask you, do you want to save this session that you opened up earlier? Don't save it. You know why? Because you're just going to have a blank session open. You already created the template. Why the hell you want to save it? Hit no. It's going to close out. This is how you test if you did everything right, or we have to do everything over again. So we hit the new song, and bam, there it is, folks. Super Mario Mix 2022 mixing and recording template. There it is. I told y'all, you ain't got to save that shit, man. When you're creating your templates, you don't never have to save the song session. Just go in there, do your thing, save it as a template. You good. That's it. You straight. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to delete that Rich Mix 2021 record thing. So everything that says Rich Mix 2021, we're gonna go ahead and delete that right here. Cool. We're gonna go ahead and delete that. Bam. Now let's open up this this beat mix, and I'm gonna show y'all how to refresh that. So you saw that I deleted everything. I'm gonna go ahead and hit cancel. I'm gonna go to new song. Boom, there it is. Rich Mix 2021. Gone, bye bye. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check out this beat mix template 2020. I want to see what this one is. So I'm gonna go ahead and just double click on that. And my boy V Cole got another question. I'm gonna open up your question, man, while that's loading up. What do you think about mixing on headphones, as I can't afford studio monitors? Have you tried D-Sonic real headphones? I never heard of D-Sonic real phones before. I'm gonna have to look that up, but I never heard of that before, man. Mix it on headphones. I'm gonna give you a story, big homie. I used to mix on headphones for quite a few times, because I used to live in an apartment, and back in the early 2000s, like 2009, 10, and 11, living in apartments here in Texas, you know what I'm saying, ain't nothing but wood and drywall. So there's not a lot of, you know what I'm saying, acoustical things you can do. You can put moving blankets up on the wall, but it's still gonna go through the wall. So mixing on headphones, I started out with, you know what I'm saying, and I have to tell you, I I had to kind of adjust, you know what I'm saying. So when I had the opportunity to mix on monitors, it worked out perfectly. So what I had to do was just buy smaller monitors, you know what I'm saying, monitors that was 3.5 inches, 4 inches. 5 inches was a little bit too much for the apartment living and whatnot. Mixing on headphones, there's nothing wrong with it, but you will need to every time you finish a mix on headphones, please double check it on something, you know what I'm saying, of a speaker form. What I found that really works is, I don't have it with me right now. I think it's downstairs, but you get a Bluetooth speaker. You know what I'm saying? If it has some type of auxiliary jack that you can come out of your headphone output on your interface or whatever, route that audio into your Bluetooth speaker, and that'll give you kind of a real world sense of what's going on with your mix. You know what I'm saying? Or any bullshit ass speaker system. If you can get the audio to come from your interface into that bullshit speaker system in your house, that'll give you a real world sense, because 9 times out of 10, if you're listening to that music on that bullshit stereo system or that bullshit Bluetooth speaker, and you can put audio into there, you basically golden and stuff like that, man. I don't have it to me now. I know I have, you know what I'm saying, I do, you know what I'm saying, media work outside of audio and stuff like that. And I have this XLR Bluetooth converter. And so what happens is that it can do in and out Bluetooth signals or whatnot. So however you need to get your audio out, you need to definitely reference it on some type of analog system, whether it be bullshit stereo speakers, Bluetooth speakers, or your car, you know what I'm saying, or whatnot. But doing everything exclusively in the box, and then as soon as you know what I'm saying, you mix and master or whatever you do in your headphones, and you go and you put it out there for the public to hear, that may not be a good idea. Definitely check it on some type of speaker system or whatnot. But there's nothing wrong with mixing on headphones. Make sure you have some very good flat headphones. You'll see I'm rocking the Bear Dynamic DT 770 Pros. If you can afford them, those are really, really good headphones. Sennheiser makes some really good headphones. Sony 7506, those are pretty good headphones. Yamaha has a line of headphones that are pretty good. Avatone, they have a sale going on right now. $150 gets you the Avatone M and CP1s or something like that. They advertise to be good. You know what I'm saying? I was tempted to buy those and stuff like that while they were on sale, but you know what I'm saying? They're pretty good. But you want a headphone that has a good flat response or close to a flat response. Now, these headphones right here, you probably seen a lot of people talk about these Audio Technica M50Xs, ATH M50Xs, excuse me. And they're pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They're good for making beats. Mixing, you have to have these for a long time in order to get used to the sound that it reciprocates and stuff like that. Because if you buy these out the gate and you call yourself mixing, you're going to have a lopsided ass mix like me. Stuff like that. I bought these and called myself mixing, and I could not get a good mix. Now, when I was on the beat circuit and I was doing a lot of, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of beat battles. Yes, I used to be a beat battle producer, you know what I'm saying, between 2014 and 2016, or whatnot. And I was doing it, you know what I'm saying, beat battles with the I Standard producers community or whatnot. I was mixing the beats with these DT 770 Pros, and I was going on stage with these mixed beats, and the beats was banging, you know what I'm saying? And so if you can afford a pair of Beyerdynamic, I would definitely recommend you mix with those because they have a real flat response. They don't bullshit you either, you know what I'm saying? Your bass is gonna sound fucked up, and your highs are gonna let you know, hey man, you boosting that EQ too much or whatnot. So definitely check out the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pros. They came out with a new version as well. So if you want to check those out, I highly recommend those as well, big dog. Good question right there, man. Appreciate you for tuning in too, man. For real, for real. So this is that beat template right here. And it's just basically set up just to bring in a audio instrument track. This is what I didn't like about it. So when we create an instrument track, what you have to do, you have to click both of these on there. You just can't click this one, or you just can't do that one. You have to click both of those. And it's aggravating because when you go and, let's say for instance, you create another instrument track, when you go to click this one, when you click this track, you have to manually click this one, and then this one stays there and it doesn't go away. And I really don't know why it does that, but man, it aggravates the fuck out of me. And then they have this thing called retrospective recording, which is kind of like it captures the MIDI or whatever you're doing, or captures the audio, whatever you're doing. Yeah, it don't work like Ableton Live. So they tried, but they didn't succeed or whatnot. So that's why I don't do that. So this is just a reminder. I just need to get rid of it and stuff like that. So we're going to go ahead and close out of this one right here. Go to new song and go ahead, show and explore, and we delete that template out of there as well, man. As we have a new mixing and recording template for the year 2022. Hit cancel, check that one more time, and that's how I want it to look right there. I only got one template right there. Now, if I was doing a podcast, then I'll probably have a podcast template right there, but of course I don't. So I have to build one from one of these pre-made templates right here, man. So I hope this, you know what I'm saying, this live has served you well. Sorry I didn't have any backing music for it or whatnot, or whatever the case may be. But, you know what I'm saying, I tried to make it as entertaining as possible, or whatnot. Again, you know what I'm saying, don't ever be scared to create, you know what I'm saying, a template in Studio One. And don't ever be hesitant to, you know what I'm saying, ask questions about Studio One. Definitely go Joe Gilder from Personas. Joe Gilder with Personas, you know what I'm saying? That guy's a beast, man. Go check out his videos, because you can find your answer as far as how to create, you know what I'm saying, a session, or, you know what I'm saying, a template or whatnot. He's a beast with it, man. So check out Joe Gilder, man. He's on it, man, or whatnot. But I hope this live stream really serves you purpose on creating a template for your workflow going into the year 2022, man. And you know what I'm saying, be exponential in your mixing and your mastering, your recording, and your beat making and stuff like that, man. Grow, and be beyond your expectations, man. And that's what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, looking forward to, you know what I'm saying, kicking it with you guys another year. I fell off the YouTube circuit a long time ago, so really I took the year last year to really kind of get back on it, half of the year, kind of got my mojo. And man, it's gonna be monstrous season for my YouTube channel, and that's my one goal, man, to grow my YouTube channel to where it's at right now. I like the live aspect. We're gonna take it up a little notch and stuff like that. B Cole, man, I appreciate the question. Oh, you got one more, big dog. Let's see. Let's see here. What do you think about producing music on an iPad and turning all the MIDIs into audio and bring them to desktop inside the Studio One for mixing and mastering, taking advantage of both the worlds? Bruh, that's what I do. That's what I do. I actually I create all my beats. So I got like right now I think I got like 25, 30 beats in Nano Studio 2. I export all the audio. I don't do the MIDI, you know what I'm saying? So if you're yeah, okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah, taking your MIDI and turning it into audio. Yeah, so exporting whatever you use, Cubase's 3, Nano Studio, Fruity Loops, whatever you use to make music on the iPad, definitely take the audio or even record the audio into your DAW. You know what I'm saying? So just take the stereo out of your iPad, however you have that interface, and go into your another interface, or however your audio comes out of your iPad. Go into your interface 1 and 2, record that audio into your Studio One and stuff like that. But in Nano Studio 2, there's a way where you can export your beat stems and you're good to go and stuff like that. So yeah, I've been practicing that for the last year and a half since I got my iPad, and it works flawlessly. And the audio comes out really, really good, man. I was very surprised. I was kind of like, no, this is gonna come out puny. Nah, bro, like that iPad really, really put out some really good quality audio. So yeah, to answer your question, man, that's what I do, man. You know what I'm saying? I make my beats on the iPad. I export the audio out into stems. I zip them up, put them on a hard drive, or upload them to my iCloud account, get on the computer, download that zip file, open it up in Studio One, mixing beats. So that's what it is, man. Because I got a lot of beats I got to take off my iPad. So thank you for reminding me, B Cole, man. I appreciate you, man, for tuning in and checking out the live stream, man. Stick around, man. Subscribe to the channel if you want to get more pointers and stuff like that. And I hope you have a good one, and everyone out there as well, man. I hope you start off the year prosperous and you know what I'm saying, creatively and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying, just like what we went over tonight, I can talk for days and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, we definitely gonna do a lot more mixing this first quarter of the year. We're gonna back off the beat making for a little while and stuff like that, and focus more on the mixing and stuff like that. Because like B Cole said, man, he has questions and answers and stuff like that, and I could definitely answer those, man. You're very welcome to V Cole, man. Appreciate you tuning in, man, and stuff like that, man. Blessings to you, and blessings to you all that's watching as well, man. This has been your boy Super Mario and stuff like that, and I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Catch me on the next stream. I don't know when that's gonna be. Gotta get back into the work things. Holidays is over with, starting on tomorrow and stuff like that. But the next video, I don't know what I'll do, man. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel, or just stick around and look for the upload and stuff like that, and check y'all out later, man. Go Saints, man. We in the playoff hunt and stuff like that. I just want to put that out there, man. Y'all be easy, man. And you know what I'm saying, always stay creative, man. This is your boy Super Mario, man. We out.